Everyone, and welcome to another Glimesh team meeting. Thanks for joining me tonight. If you're new here, the Glimesh team meeting is something we host every single week. It covers basically the last week, how well we're doing, how bad we're doing, things we're working on, things we fixed, things we improved, and then of course all of our metrics, our financials, our traction, all that kind of stuff. As a reminder, if you're new here, if you choose to chat in text or in voice, your audio and or text will be recorded and uploaded to YouTube. So if you don't consent to that, please don't talk in either of those locations. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to continue. So weekly metrics. So this is compared to last week and then this week, what is the difference, right? And we track these numbers to make sure that we're continually growing or that we understand why we're not. And then we also track it to see how our marketing metrics are doing and where we need to improve. One of the first things you'll notice, and I'm just going to call it out, is not a super ideal week, not really good. Last week was probably the slowest growth we've had in the entire history of the project. I think from even when we started, it was kind of we kind of had this just inherent traction, and ever since we launched, we kind of turned the faucet off on social media. We focused a lot more in on fixing some bugs and really putting our heads down and getting the platform to be in a stable place, and we did that knowingly, thinking that, or knowing that the social media, that constant marketing presence would have to kind of be put on the back burner. So the first thing here to mention is that Discord, we actually lost more users than we gained. So we're at a minus 16. On Twitter, we went up about 43, Reddit 17, Instagram 14, and Facebook 24. Now, we're going to spend some of the time tonight talking about what we're going to do, how we're going to kick social media back on and start, really pumping the gas pedal on this thing again. But I do want to call out that last week was not a great week. Even from an MRR perspective, we only went up about $225. That's not really important, but it's very much slower than the previous weeks. So I think we need to kind of get a rehash there. Chat is just going on about Gilded and Discord. Not super on topic. So anyways, and then on support ticket side, we went up by about 65 new support tickets. There were a couple of days actually, I think, where we weren't doing any support tickets. But then, they did start trickling back in. So far, it looks like most of the support tickets are just account issues. It's mostly quiet. We had a couple of cases of permabans in the past week, a lot of evasions and trolls. So we banned a lot of people, but it was for the best. They were just causing some ruckus. All right, so we are going to talk about what we're going to do and what we're going to do about these numbers and how we're going to get them to go up. That'll be in a couple minutes. The next thing to cover is traffic. So the top left graph is the traffic for the past 7 days. So in the past 7 days, we did about 25,000 unique visitors, 219,000 total page views. Our bounce rate was about 36%, and our visit duration was about 6 minutes. So the average user spent 6 minutes on Glimesh watching streams. You can see it actually down below. I don't know if it's very clear to you or not, but gaming is our most popular page beyond the home page. I think we all knew that, though. Gaming is a pretty large market share. On Twitter, that's our 28-day summary, which is the last 28 days aggregated together. We're down 15% on tweets, which is totally normal. That's expected. I don't know how much larger I can make it, but we're down 15% on tweets. That's totally normal. I mean, that's what we did that on purpose. So we're going to really start tweeting going forward. For tweet impressions, we're at 1.19 million, which is huge, right? That was all the launch traffic and the weeks after combined. And then the other stats are kind of up as well. On the bandwidth side, this is actually 3 days of bandwidth now. We did a change recently that will enable us to log more days of these metrics. So we'll continue to see that kind of curve, and hopefully we'll see different kind of trends and be able to allocate our servers more efficiently. All right. Financials. So I'm going to cover this real quick. Let me know if you have any questions. These are the same kind of screenshots that we took last week. The financials is a weekly snapshot of the past 7 days. The MRR is monthly recurring revenue. So we're at about $10,005 of monthly recurring revenue, which is total subscriptions across the platform. That's including channel subs and platform subs. Of those, the channel subscriptions make up about 4,000 of that, so basically half, and the platform subscriptions make up the other half. It's actually more like 60-40, to be honest. You can see it down here. I'll make this page a little bit bigger too. So I'm glad to see that channel subscriptions is really going up. You know, channel subscriptions, it helps the streamer and the platform, and so the more the merrier on those. And then in the past week, we had 115 new subscribers. The next thing I wanted to call out, so on the right-hand side is this is what we call the server budget. And what this is trying to understand how much the servers are costing us in relation to how much revenue we have. And right now, DigitalOcean, who's our hosting provider, gives us free credits, and that's to get us on board, that's to get us successful, and then we'll have to start paying for it. The free credits that we have for DigitalOcean is going to run out. We were given 10,000, and our budget at the beginning of this month was 8,000. So far this month, as of today, or I guess yesterday, the total expenses was $3,820. The total revenue was $6,780. That leaves a remaining budget of basically about $3,000, $2,955. I want to call out, though, it's very important. You know, we're still in the green. We can still exist, but last week this number was higher. So for the budget number to be going down means that we do not have. The servers cost us more money than we are bringing in with subscriptions last week. So we'll continue to monitor this and see how it goes throughout the month. My fear at this point, what could be potentially bad for us, is that if the beginning of the next month comes around and there's more churn on subscribers than we expect, you know, for example, there's, we churn 60% of the subscribers instead of 30. We're going to be in the red. We're going to be operating in the red. So I call that out not to worry anyone, not to freak anyone out, but to tell us, to say out loud that we really need to kick our ass in gear. Now that we've fixed a lot of the really bitey bugs, we're working on some feature improvements that can hopefully help, discoverability. Now that we're feeling very comfortable with the platform, it's starting to be time to really kick our butts into gear. And not that the team's not already working super hard, we just need to shift our priorities. And so that's going to be my own personal goal, is to make sure that we're continuing to grow week after week. I want to see 200% growth compared to last week. So that's what's going to happen. So as a summary, we're fine right now. We're still in the green. We're still going to be in the green. We have credits from DigitalOcean that help us get by and help us, build up the war chest. This is not a rallying call for more money. This is not any kind of initiative to get you to subscribe. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about growth. We need to make sure that we're continuing to grow the platform, right? The revenue. So, sorry about that. Did we catch them? Sorry, we're attracting trolls now in voice chat, so sorry about that.
They don't like it.
But so again, I say that with, this is not an urge. This is not a crowdfunding campaign. We're not asking you to give. This is not the Jimmy Wales Wikipedia fundraising event. This is just us saying, hey, this is how we look at our finances. If we continue to see this trend, it's not very good. But we know what we need to do to fix it, and we're going to start improving and making it go up instead of down. Does everyone get that? I don't want to be confusing.
Got it.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about wins. I've been locked in a room, and I actually use that because someone said locked in a room. But I've been locked in a room for the past week working on subcategories. That's now done-ish, so I'm free again. And I vow to not work on any large features again, or at least not for a while. So subcategories is done. We're testing it, making sure it works correctly. We're probably going to have a round of feedback, give it to the community, see how they like it, make improvements. But for me, my own personal time, I'm not taking on a chunk of work like that again because it took me 7 days to get through it, and I wasn't able to work on anything else. So I'm going to keep, kind of keeping my time more generic. The first thing that I did today, now that I finished it, was I started working on our marketing plan. And this is something that's going to happen with the whole team involved. But we really want to start kicking off that marketing plan. So we need to have a solid idea behind it, a solid path forward. We need to have good content that not only helps people stay informed, but also learn more about Glimesh, but also find new streams to watch. One of the things we want to do is each week we want to host 2 live content streams. So some of the examples of that would be a stream on how to use Glimesh, right? Here's how to use tags. Here's how to feel more comfortable with the subcategory system. Here's how to set up your channel page. Here's how to configure your OBS, things like that. We'd also have content like roundtables. So one of the ones I'm thinking of, very early on is the Glimesh Recap Roundtable, which is a chance for streamers to get together and have open discussion about the first month of Glimesh. How were things? What went wrong? What went well? What tips do they have? What techniques are they trying? What bots are they having success with? And that would really start to kind of foster that native conversation around your own success and how to make yourself kind of better. So I really like these live sessions. It'll kind of help to get people on Glimesh, right? I think right now what we want to focus on is really bringing in, that interest again, getting people interested again. Parker said it earlier. It makes perfect sense. We've been kind of focused in on the hard work of getting this, the platform figured out, right? Going from nothing to alpha was a huge step, and now it's starting to feel good. So let's really start to kick that gear. We're going to be focused on getting people interested in the platform again and advertising directly to streamers to get them to continue to use Glimesh. The problem right now is not viewers. We can't go after viewers by themselves. We have to continue to go after the communities of the streamers who choose to use us. The reason we can't go after the viewers is because there's still a very good chance that they visit the site and they can't view it, right? When we mass market towards 100,000 TikTok people, they're going to go visit on their phone. And if they visit on their phone today, they're going to have a terrible experience. So we can't market directly to viewers until we've got, the platform figured out, until we have the knowledge that you can view streams, that you can use it on a mobile app, that you can use it in this particular use case or whatever it happens to be. So I say that because, if we continue to focus on building out these marketing plans, focused on getting traction, getting interest, getting streamers on board, then we're going to keep growing anyway. And by growing anyway, people are going to start to hear about us more. They're going to, they're going to see us on Twitter. They're going to start joining. I mean, we saw here, let's see if I can zoom in. Our tweet impressions for the last 28 days, when we weren't even targeting viewers at all, was already 1.2 million. So if we can already reach 1.2 million people in the first month, then come on, we're going to keep going. So by focusing on interest again, by focusing on streamers, we're going to start to bring in the people who will make sure that when viewers come by, when they come and check us out, that they'll have someone to watch, that they'll have interesting content, that it'll be everything that they expect, right? If I can still click on the education tab and there's no one streaming, or in the music tab and it's just one 24-hour stream, we can't advertise that because it's not enough content. That's not enough variety. Okay, let me figure out how to unzoom. Okay, here we go. So we have a marketing plan created, and we're kicking it off hopefully next Monday. And I think our first streamer highlight, which I want to be clear, we're going to be randomly selecting streamers for this. Our first streamer highlight is actually going to be making a burrito for National Burrito Day. So I think we'll have tons of fun content to share with everyone. Oh no, there's chefs in the chat right now. Everyone hide. All right. Like I said, subcategories, we made some progress. If you're not aware of what subcategories are, I'll give you a very quick demo. I'm not allowed to do this, but I'm going to break the rules real quick. So subcategories allows you to come to Glimesh. This is Glimesh. This is my development environment. It allows you to come to Glimesh, and let's say you go to the text section, and you want to find programming streams. You can select your topic as programming, and then there you go. You have the stream. So it's like a higher level of tags. You know, tags are kind of who you are as a person, what type of content they can expect. Chill streams, family friendly, you know, all sorts of things like that. And then topics, sorry, we call them subcategories. Subcategories are the specific of what you're doing. So in the gaming section, you'd imagine that the topics, the subcategories, are games. So you see games over here, and then you click, and you can immediately filter based on the game you want to see. That allows you, the streamer, just like the game immediately that you want to stream to, but then also allows viewers to find the content that they want to see. Now, this does still use all of the traditional things that you're used to with Glimesh. Everything's random, right? The streams are random. They're not ordered in any particular way. The content is user creatable. So if you see a game, or if you're playing a game that doesn't exist on the list, you can make it. If you see a topic that doesn't exist, or something new, or some new genre you're making, you can make it. And then once it gets large enough, hopefully, we'll be able to actually give it a background to make it custom and unique. Now, we can't have every subcategory have a background. It's just too much to moderate right now. But hopefully we can start to really roll these out. Yeah, all the game backgrounds are automatically generated from a service called Rargio. So we'll have to provide images for other subcategories that aren't games. But you can see here, if I click, Baldur's Gate, you'll see Baldur's Gate automatically. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Campaign Remastered. Why is that so long? I was testing.
That's not going to fit in a tag.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it fits in a subcategory.
Majestic Megsy wants to provide an image for the body painting category.
Well, I think there's a lot of things we can do. Like if streamers are okay with us using their content, I think being able to show off Glimesh content, maybe without direct attribution, would be a good way to have those backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sorry I teased it. We're only allowed to show things that are actionable and real, but I can resist, so I apologize. So the next one is, so MJA launched a new user chat log for the GCT. This allows the GCT to be able to see an individual's an individual's messages all across the platform. That way, if someone's being a troll on every stream everywhere, we can see that immediately and take care of them. The next change that MJA also made was very technical. It's extremely hard to explain, but basically we made database performance more reliable by switching to unnamed statements. That way we can use transactional isolation for PG Bouncer. I apologize. But that's good news. That basically makes us more scalable as databases are more consumed. More people on the site. All right. And then the last change MJA made, thankfully, was globally banned streamers were able to chat in their own stream. So that was a fun one. Essentially, if you were a streamer, you could bypass channel bans only for your channel, and only if you didn't refresh. And then Paco, do you want to talk about the next one?
Yeah, hopefully my internet is done being funky for the moment. But we have recently been working on better internal documentation for my team for the GCT. And it's just a continuation of our goal, which is to make sure we have detailed and explicitly outlined processes and the way we do things. That way it is consistent across the board. Because we've spoken how we're fair. We treat everyone the same. The rules apply to everybody the same way every time. And the better documentation we have, the more consistently we can apply that. You okay there?
Yeah, I'm good. I was trying to be quiet so you could finish talking.
I mean, I'm good.
No, but I was doing it while you were talking. You're like halfway through, I started choking.
Oh, did you poison him?
No, the water went down the oxygen pipe.
Zig
No,
when you should have
if I
zagged.
die, don't worry. So if I die, the way this works is if I die, Christoph takes over. She cuts off my finger so she can use and unlock.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna cut your
You
finger
have to be able to
off.
unlock my computer. If you don't cut off my finger, you can't access my computer.
I literally will just take a fingerprint onto some plastic tape.
Anyways, someone's being
No,
silly.
you gotta have the finger.
Gotta have the whole finger. Mac uses heating or something.
No.
To,
Clone,
it's a
give her
whole
the
thing.
finger.
Hayden knows more. Talk to him about Max. He loves that.
Alright, Hayden, I'm reaching out to you.
All right.
Gonna DM her. Gotta cut his finger off.
If I'm dead anyway, like it's not a big deal. I'm not gonna care about the finger. Anyways, Kristoff's your backup for Glimesh. She can't code, but she can access.
Keep Chris
the server.
off. I believe in you.
All right, Hayden, you want to talk about FTL?
Sure. So some folks might have noticed that sometimes your streams end up choppy, or you hit the go live button and your stream works, but it doesn't get marked as live. We're working on mitigating a lot of those problems. It turns out there's a lot of network equipment in the world, and not all network equipment is the same, and some network equipment gets upset when you try and jam a whole bunch of video packets through it at once. So we have to sometimes be more gentle about how we send video packets through certain network equipment. Dan's been working on a ton of changes to the Ftl Sdk, which is what OBS uses to send video to our servers, and it's what Microsoft wrote and what Beam wrote years ago, and so it's kind of old. It needs some love. Dan's been working on that. He's been seeing some promising results, so hopefully we can get that rolling, make sure it works, and then merge it upstream with OBS so that everyone can have better FTL. Beyond that, some fixes to the servers are live now. Some fixes will be live soon. That will help you when your stream doesn't appear live and you're broadcasting, or your stream appears live even though you're not broadcasting, stuff like that. And then we're working on some more automated testing to help us catch these issues before they happen in production, which would be super nice for us and you. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing there is, Dan is actually making improvements to the OBS client, for the FTL that will actually help all people, all users of FTL, not just Glimesh. And I think it's awesome to see that, we're not just focused on ourselves. We want to implement the change for everyone. We want to help improve the protocol as a whole. I think that's super cool. That's super cool stuff. Like our name, Dan's name is going to be in OBS's commit logs as a real fix for FTL.
Yeah, hopefully you now can benefit as well as the only other, I think, production FTL platform in existence.
For now. No globs. We're not. No, we're working with the OBS team because they're really cool people. They just have to. They have a lot of. They're a very used app that does not directly cost anyone money, and so they've got just a whole bunch of support pain.
Yeah. To be extra clear, we do not ever plan on creating a custom fork of OBS. These are all changes that we'd like to merge into upstream OBS for that platform.
Yeah, so everyone benefits. That's cool. The one other cool thing to share, I love this. If you're ever streaming and all of a sudden Hayden is in your chat and then all of a sudden your video like freezes for 10 seconds, it's because we took a live snapshot of the server to understand exactly what the heck is going on in the back end. So it's super cool to share.
Yeah, or I tell you I'm about to kill your ingest server.
Yep. We try to help where we can, but there's a lot of it.
Killing the ingest server can be a good thing. It comes back, fresh and new, like it just took a little nap.
Yeah. I do all my maintenance at 6 a.m. So if your stream ever reconnects in the morning, that was me. Sorry. All right. So challenges. I missed one. Should be one more here. Sorry about that.
Can you hear me all right?
Gosh, why? Sorry about that again, folks. It does appear necessary to start to moderate the list a little bit. Here's what we'll do right now. Everyone who's in here, we'll go ahead and leave you. Okay, so anyone in here, don't leave or you won't be able to rejoin. My apologies, but that'll prevent any more trolls from joining. All right, so let's keep moving here. So we've got 3 main challenges that we are working on. Folks, we get it. We'll fix it after the meeting, all right? So we've got 3 main challenges we're working on. The first one is, like we said, growth. We want to make sure that we're continuing to grow. We're continuing to bring people into the platform, to bring people back in to watch your streams and help you out. The second challenge is the persistent bugs. Like Hayden said, we've got several of them fixed, and we've got several more in the pipeline. Some of these things are just darn complicated, and then others are elusive. So we try and reproduce it. We get down to it. We fix it. Chat scrolling is very annoying. It seems to be the one bug that it's just hard to track down. It's hard to reproduce. And then the third challenge right now is kind of the tag system. It's really hard to find streams that you want to watch. It's really hard to find the right type of content. We're hoping to resolve that by giving subcategories a try. Hopefully that'll put people in the right place. Hopefully that'll limit the number of game tags that can happen or game tags they can have. Hopefully that'll prevent people from using the wrong tags in the wrong area. So for each of these challenges, we've got mitigations in place and we've got a plan in place. And I think that's what is important. That'll continue to help make us improve. I think it's when we start to ignore our challenges that we get into a place. I tried to go to the next slide on the stream. That was embarrassing. All right.
Nobody saw anything.
As always, what's next on the roadmap? Well, we're not really working on any of these features right off the bat, right? We're still stabilizing. We're still working on we're still working on marketing, on viewership. Some of these items are just kind of on pause right now. They're still important. We still want to have them, but we have to focus our time in the right places, and there's only a couple of us. So like we said last time, right, the main focus is improving subcategories, tags, and FTL. Then we're going to reprioritize the roadmap and then continue to execute on it. And then as always, if you're streaming and you have a bad experience, make sure your settings are correct. Now, I do want to add a caveat of we are continuing to learn what settings work for what people. And this is a good baseline. But as we continue to learn and debug, we may have new new pieces of advice. We may have changes that are required to make. So we'll continue to keep you informed. Really, right now, what we're trying to learn more about is packet loss and how that relates to a stable stream. For those who don't know, packet loss generally just destroys an FTL stream. An RTMP stream can handle it, but that's because you have 10 seconds of buffer, or 3 seconds of buffer, or whatever it is to reformulate that video. But FTL wants to get it out as fast as it can, so if it loses half the video, what is it supposed to show you? So, we're working on trying to understand what the packet loss or the buffer bloat or what those kind of concepts, how they impact the streams, and then hopefully we can continue to make tweaks and improvements to make it better. If you have packet loss, you still need to fix the packet loss, but hopefully we can make it so it's just not cutting in and out all the time. All right, and then some people have better experiences with better bit rates. This is the cap. This is the technical cap. I personally stream right now. I'm at 2,500, and I chose that because I want the team meeting to be accessible to everyone. I don't want to stream it at 5,000 because people won't be able to load it. So 2,500, it works great, right? The content's not moving; it's a static stream. It works out. Now the other streams I do about 4,500. Right? That's just me. That works for me. So it's worth setting your bitrate, tweaking it, testing it, see what works for your viewers. All right. And then, of course, we're here to support you. If you have problems, questions, concerns, we've got great Discord channels. We'd love to help you. We've got a support team who'd love to help you. If you're having account issues, payment issues, if you're not seeing payouts, let us know. All right. Anyone have anything to add besides screaming into your microphone? All right. What we'll do is we'll go ahead
no,
and...
just screaming for me.
All right. Thanks, Paco. We'll go ahead and end the recording here, and then we'll continue on for the live stream for any kind of questions that you had. I know there's tons of questions, so let's get them out there. Thanks for watching on YouTube. See you later.